Hi everybody, welcome to Illustrious Media, and tonight we're going to check out the new Fast and Furious 9 trailer. Well, actually the first actual trailer. There was a little teaser ahead of time before, to give the trailer as a trailer to this trailer, which is I'm not going to go into how I feel about that kind of thing, but whatever builds up anticipation, I suppose. So yeah, it's been a couple years since the last one came out, and I did watch Hobbs and Shaw, the spin-off film with Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. I think this past summer. So I enjoyed it for what it was, and it just that movie pretty much cruised on the charisma of the the duo, Dwayne Johnson and Statham. I'm actually looking forward to this trailer quite a bit, to be very frank with you. And simply because it's a lot of people will give a crap and say the film's been on the decline since Fast 5, and in certain respects that might be true, but it's at number 9 now, and there's a certain level of respect you have to give a franchise that's been running for that long, that everybody said has no right to be around still. It is still Universal's most profitable franchise. So yeah, without further ado, let's just check it out.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time. But things change. I'm a father now.
It's always a farmhouse.
In your heart.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you.
Your daddy gave me this.
No, I'm gonna give it to you. It's very special. It's for protection from what's coming.
All right, Dom. What's next?
No matter how fast you are.
I am not to be compared to you.
No one outruns their past.
Ooh.
I am more easy, you trying your best to become me.
And mine just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom.
So we're up against a master thief, assassin, high performance driver. Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself
Really?
to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom, stronger than Dom. But could you kill him? Because I'm ready if you are. There's nothing more powerful than the love of family. But you turn that into anger. There's nothing more dangerous.
Maybe this is the end, but we're gonna go out together.
You know I'd ride to the death with you.
Let's get to work.
Please tell me that's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No, that's not impressive.
I came here to take you down, little brother.
That's your mistake. This is my world.
Damn, they got a magnet plane?
Hold on.
Tell me you're not thinking what I think you're thinking. There's no bridge!
Oh, hell no.
Hey guys. Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
Yes! 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 Holy shit, okay. I'm excited. Han's back. The right has been wronged. No. The wrong has been right. Whatever. Wow, that's I need a few seconds to just digest that one. Man's got a haircut too, but I mean, they kind of hinted at it, but man, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see Sung Kang's character right the fuck back. Wow. Okay, so I mean, gut feeling throughout the trailer. It looks like, you know, everything, the auntie's being upped, so to speak. And they introduced a new character just now, John Cena's character, something Toretto, I'm assuming, or maybe changed his name, you know, like out of like loathing for his brother. You know, and obviously, no surprise there, Charlize Theron's back as a villainess or villain. And there's, I mean, I'm trying to see I'm trying to catch the thread here in terms of like, okay, you know, in terms of story premise. And really, it's just an excuse to, you know, like wreck cars and do crazy shit on screen. But you could say that about a lot of movies these days, so including the Mission Impossible series. But this is, these guys are basically superheroes at this point, okay? I mean, the freaking Quinjet, really, like, you know, I mean, that's a Quinjet, okay? It looks like they called up Marvel, Disney, and say, hey, can we borrow your 3D model for the Quinjet? No, not the one that you actually put in the movie. Like one of the draft ones or one of the iterations that you guys decided not to use, we'll take that one, you know, save some time and money. And it just, yeah, they're basically superheroes at this point. It's just outrageous and ridiculous. But you know, but you can't really blame them. I mean, these movies have made more money than ever. And until that formula stops working, they're just going to keep doing it. And I'm very certain at some point after a couple more of these, they're going to go back to a nitty gritty, you know, like a fast movie, so to speak. So Dwayne Johnson, it looks like won't be back for this one for, I don't know, like probably because he's doing the Hobbs and Shaw now. And I'm also a little bit bummed out that Kurt Russell isn't in the trailer. His character, Mr. Nobody. But that's not to say he won't be in the movie. And, you know, for the little bit that he played, I like Scott Eastwood's performance the character that he brought. I felt like with Scott Eastwood's character, he really needs he really kind of needs Dwayne Johnson there because they kind of have that, you know, like big brother, little brother hazing routine going on. Maybe not, you know, big brother, little brother, but just kind of like the slightly antagonistic, but still on the same side kind of thing going on. So I feel like maybe just having him in this one would just be too unmanageable and kind of extraneous. That said, this is also, I think this movie's been directed by Justin Lin, director for 5, maybe 6. The old hand's back, if you will. He did 3 as well. 3, 4, 5, and I think 6. I don't know. So I'm pretty excited for like, I mean, okay, to be perfectly honest, I'm more excited now that I see Han back. But in terms of action, it's they're just going to be doing more and more outrageous things, and there's a gut part of me that feels like this film might be due for a bit of diminishing returns with this installment, depending on how the rest of the trailers go. I mean, I'm still going to watch it. But it's like, yeah, I can understand, like, okay, it's, you know, like, because me, just you know, just from this trailer, okay, it's like, it's no longer looking as innovative and as interesting as some of the previous ones. Since 7, especially, you know, since the passing of Paul Walker, that was kind of an emotional, like, locus, if you will, where I hate to say high point because it's you know, it's something that's essentially drawn up because of the tragic death of Paul Walker. But like that was, that was like a certain peak emotionally for the series. And part of me, my gut reaction right now watching this trailer is that this feels like a lot more like a maintenance, but on a somewhat downward slope. And I'm not sure, like if it's gonna have that emotional draw. I mean, you can say that, okay, these are just big dumb action movies for a long time, and it was never really about the emotional draw. But I feel like there is something to that, because I think what Seven did was introduce that kind of emotional factor with the real life events of that cast member, and and the whole family dynamic into it, and then. There's talk of them bringing Paul Walker's brother up, Cody, I think, and reprising that character, which I have all sorts of moral qualms about on several levels. And I think I'll make a separate video discussing this, because I think it's a great topic in this time and age where, you have like de-aging, reanimation, literally, with for example, Rogue One, Peter Cushing's character, and also Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher's character being reprised. And it's, I have no doubt in my mind that we'll get to a point where you really can't tell the difference, but I don't know. Like, again, a whole nother video that can go into this. So, but I feel like the reason why they go into that direction with Paul Walker's character is because there is an emotional tie. I mean, it gives you something to chew on. It gives you something to the audience something to really hang on to. And as much as you want to talk about movies, these kinds of a movie like this, that's just a big dumb action movie, called Fast and Furious for God's sakes. There's just something, like it's still at its base a story. However dressed up to serve a certain purpose, and people ultimately need something emotional there. So this is, I think they're going for, they're thinking about that, because what I'm seeing at this trailer is I'm starting to see, like, I'm really starting to see like the threads coming to bear, if you will, in the fabric of the story of the series. And that's not terribly surprising, I suppose. And I think that's going to be one of the bigger weak points of this film, at least from what I can tell from this trailer. I think this film is going to be a bit of a kind of a it's going to be a bit of a pivotal moment from what I'm projecting, because I think 5 did the whole restart. So to speak, in terms of like the elevating the franchise, if you will, to like I don't know, to whatever this level is now. And then 6 kind of like maintained it a little bit, and then 7 took it to a different emotional level because of the Paul Walker tragedy, and then 8 really 8 was more, again, maintaining. And this feels like kind of the same. I still feel like, it's going to be maintaining, but it's going to be on a slightly downward slope. And because I'm not sure where else they can go from this. I mean, that is kind of the nature of films like this, where if you're leaning so heavily in terms of the action, you're always going to be trying to outdo what came before. And not that there isn't any room to grow. They still haven't gone to space yet. So I feel like that is still up in the air, quite literally, it's still there. So, but I feel like it's now like they're also trying to retool and refine some traction emotionally. So we'll see where that goes with this installment. But it says the Fast Saga. So I'm just wondering if this is like the start, if it's like the beginning of another trilogy or something. I don't know how they're doing this, and I think I'm gonna definitely do some more research in terms of like, are they plotting this out? Are they planning out like are they plotting this out in terms of what they did with the MCU, and how much of that they can do, and are they gonna be trying to also bring? I mean, there's been talk of getting like crossovers and yeah, and mashups. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of want to keep, you know, franchises separate for the most part. So yeah, the film. So what I'll say is that this trailer definitely piques my curiosity. I'm glad to see Han back. The action no longer draws me as much. It just looks no more or less ridiculous than Hobbs and Shaw and what came before that. But it piques my curiosity in terms of what the plans are going forward with this franchise. So that's all I have to say. And it's not terribly organized, but that's, you know, the nature of Trader Reacts. Thank you very much for joining me, and you know, hit a like and subscribe, and you know, share, comment, whatever on this video. And hope to talk to you guys. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good night. Bye.